A, use what you have. Try your best not to have an attorney that does real estate look over your music contract, or an attorney that does child custody cases to look over your music contract. Have the experts look over your music contract. If there's money involved, you can get somebody that might be willing to do it for a bartering type of situation, or a delayed payment type of situation, because you have money that's coming in. So the best advice is to find the experts to look over your work. Look over it yourself, have an understanding of it, and some literature that you can look at to have a general understanding about music business. Is Everything You Better Know About the Music Business by Kashif, and All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman. Those are two great books that you should look for reference. They don't give you everything, and they don't teach you how the business really is, but they teach you elements of the business that are very important. So along with hiring and securing professional personnel, people that are pros at dealing with contracts and publishing deals, know what you're dealing with yourself. So when you go and have these meetings with these professionals, they might skip something like, what about this and what about that? Oh, I understand what you mean. So besides educating yourself, make sure you surround yourself with people that are experts in the field. We got time for a couple more questions.
Let me see. We're pretty much wrapped. Well, there's some other questions in there. People had multiple questions, duplicate questions and stuff on Facebook. Let me see. And Thez, in today's climate pertaining to the music business, how does one stay afloat as a writer-producer with the decline of record sales due to piracy, illegal downloads, and such?
It's called being creative in your pursuit. In other words, a lot of writers, a lot of young writers, and a lot of young producers chase the same project. If Beyonce, which she is, was working on an album, you better know that every major producer is going after her album. Plus, every major successful producer and current producer is already being called in for an album. Not to say don't try for Beyonce. Definitely try for Beyonce. But there are other avenues. There are independent artists that have small budgets that are signed to labels with major distribution from companies like E1, that distribute major artists like Boyz II Men, and there are other artists that are independent, like Tyrese, who is gold, and he has his label deal, Voltron Records, through Capital EMI. They're independent opportunities that everybody is not trying to bang down the door, so the competition is not as fierce. So make your name there if you have to, just to get you some money and stabilize. A lot of the established producers that have been on major projects, and there are a lot less projects coming out now, they've decided to focus on either indie or a different genre where they can do more in terms of the number of songs that they can contribute to the album, and overall cover what they would normally get for 2 and 3 songs that they would normally do on a major album. So it's the way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you twist it and look at it differently, but it's there for the taking. There's just different ways to go about it, and just make it a pursuit that's easier on you and not hard on you by pursuing projects that are a little bit easier to at least get heard by. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, you never know. You might introduce one successful artist that maybe had a hiatus, and now they back with a hit. You might be the guy that wrote that song for them.
So I mean, there's a ton of questions, and people are asking at the end of the day, how do you get your music heard? That's what we're here for. And I'm sure you guys have seen the offer that's popped up, where what we're going to do is anybody who wants to get their music heard, songwriters, producers, if you're an artist, Kendrick and I are right here, right now, live doing listening sessions. Okay, now in order to get your music heard by us right now, you get a live critique about what you're doing, and this may even be your big break. Kendrick and I may hear something that's like, God, like this joint is hot. We might be able to place this joint right now. So if you see the offer, you should see an offer right there. And if you want to get your music heard right now, that's definitely the way to make it happen.
And the reason why, let me double on that. This offer is while the webinar is free, and I wanted to provide this opportunity, this offer does come with an investment. The reason why we do it, or at least I decided to do it this way, is because at the end of the day, we go and we invest on anything that we want anyway. We go to the mall and get what we want, but we rarely ever invest on ourselves and our career.
100%.
And if we really believe in what we do as artists and as songwriters and as producers, we would invest in that. And we wouldn't be afraid to really put forth that capital to make that happen, whether it's taking dance lessons, whether it's taking piano lessons. So this is a unique opportunity. If you don't feel like you're ready, don't submit. This is not a forced thing. But if you feel like you're ready, I'm definitely here and available to listen to your music, and I'll give you personal critique and feedback. And beyond that, it's about creating this opportunity for you to possibly, finally get placements if you feel like your records are ready and at that level. If I hear something that's hot, we work it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So,
100%.
But I do respect everyone's, and I do respect everyone's ability. So some of you may not be able to do the investment, which is understandable. There are many other opportunities, where you could take advantage of going to seminars and hearing or playing your music and getting people to get feedback and running into somebody and hopefully they'll hear it. But this is a guaranteed, unique opportunity, a one-time chance opportunity where you can actually get engaged in feedback. I can give you feedback directly, one-on-one, if you're interested. So, like I said, you don't have to. There are other opportunities in the future, but if today you feel like you're ready, this opportunity is available, and I'm here.
So, with that being said, again, I'm going to post the link again for you guys right now. And if you want to get your music heard right now, you get a full critique, and this may be your day. This may be your opportunity. A lot of y'all are probably watching this webinar right now with J's on your feet, with Louis Vuitton bags and stuff like that. You have to invest in yourself. All those other things are very superficial. You can't be the first one in line to go buy a pair of J's, but then you don't want to invest in yourself for your music and say, well, I don't know how I can get the opportunity to get heard. Like, there are not very many people who do this, and Kendrick is definitely a respected, icon in the music business right now. If you're not familiar with who he is, then, definitely check his resume, Google him. Myself, I've been in the music business for 12 years, and I've had quite the successful career. And we're definitely here to help, and we're looking for new people to work with.
So I want a couple people have a couple questions there, like how many you submit. I want you to submit the best song.
The best song.
I'll give you full critique on the best song. Secondly, I saw another question: does your music have to be copywritten? Please, I hope it is. Knowing the legalities of the industry, as soon as you create your music or create anything in the United States of America, it's technically copywritten. But I would hope your music has some type of protection. You do have protection, as soon as you create it. You know what I mean? Whether you send it out to the Library of Congress, whether you do poor man's copyright, it's your property. This is really just designed to be a critique and potentially an opportunity, for someone to actually work with me. So that answers a couple of questions I've been seeing coming down the line. Shameless plug. Make sure you support that Tamar Braxton album. It just dropped a few weeks ago. The next single is Pieces, a record that I produced along with Brian Michael Cox and Tech Beats. That's going to be her winter single, and make sure you support that song. It's written by Seven Streeter, Anthony Franks, M. Bass, Ashley. There's a few other writers on there, but it's a great record. If you haven't heard the song, it's called Pieces. Make sure you go get that album, download that. also, as we wrap and wait for people to sign on, I'm also getting to work again with Q Parker from 112. I produced three records on his first solo project that came out 2 years ago, including Show You How, which was his top 15 single. We're getting ready to gear back up and go in the studio and work on his second album, due out for release hopefully by the spring of next year. So I'm really excited about that. Other things, if you don't do R&B music, I do country and gospel as well. I'm going to Nashville this weekend, and I'm actually writing with the lead singer of Augustana. And I'm excited about that. Country Top 40 records, country Top 40 music. So if you do that, don't hesitate to send that and submit that as well. Other than that, man, I really appreciate you guys being here on this webinar. You know, I really appreciate the questions, and I hope I was able to help you in some way. And I definitely hope I'm able to hear from you and able to hear your music and see your career succeed, because that's what it's about. You know, if you don't succeed and I just have all the success, then, you know, we're not here doing our job, because we're supposed to be here to help each other and help each other grow.
All right, so be sure you guys follow us on our social media. Twitter, at Kendrick Dean, at I Am Manager, at Music Business Success. Instagram, at I Am Manager, at Kendrick Dean, at Music Business Success. And, you know, on our Facebook pages, you know, on Facebook.com/Music Business Success and Facebook.com/The Kendrick Dean. So, you know, we'll see if anybody is signing up here for our listening session. And other than that, man, you guys, you know, we thank you for attending. You know, it's always good to be able to pass on knowledge to someone else. You know, that's what we're here for. So, you know, if anybody doesn't have anything else, you know, we thank you for attending, and come back to the next one. Anything
Thank
else?
you. No, I'm good. I'm good, man. This has been real. It's been great. Somebody asked about ASCAP BMI and how do you become a member. I gave the website to those organizations. They definitely have a link to where you can get in contact with the people that are involved with their membership. CSAC is more of an invited by member type of deal. But, you know, those organizations are you know, all of the organizations are great, like I said. And just be in attendance to a lot of their events and make friends with people that are with those organizations, ASCAP and BMI, CSAC, and their executives, and just be around. Thank you guys, man. I hope this information is priceless to you guys. I know I shared it honestly, and a lot of the things I shared with you were the reasons why I've been a success, and I pray that I'm able to continue to be a success and to be an influence. Thank you guys.
All right, guys, and don't forget, hit those hashtags. Hashtag Kendrick Dean, hashtag the Music Business Success. And I thank you guys for attending. Have a good
You
one.
don't see the link.
You don't see the link? One second.
Yeah, make sure you can quote me on, you know, all of the social media. I'll retweet you. Make sure we get this popping, because I want to make this bigger and bigger and bigger and better. I want to be able to travel to some of your cities and do one-on-one workshops. So let's get this going. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm getting ready to go into the next chat room for those who are, you know, enrolled in the listening session, so I can give you my personal critique, and we can go from there. Peace.
All right, have a good one.